Hey everyone, what is going on? So we are taking a look at a meta guide today, and before I get started, there's a bunch of kids screaming outside, so I don't know if that's going to be picked up in the background or not, but either way, we're taking a look at a meta guide today, going to be the Open Ultra League. So the Open Ultra League as well as the Ultra League Remix Cup will be coming, and we're going to be talking about the Open Ultra League, and this league you're allowed to use anything. You're allowed to use XL Pokemon, level 50 Pokemon. They don't have to be XL. You can use anything you want, legendaries. So we're going to take a look at some of the best Pokemon that are going to be for the Open Ultra League, and we'll see what teams I recommend and what teams I think could be good, and then we'll call it a day. We're also going to be doing it for the Remix Cup as well. So anyway, let's go ahead. Without further ado, we'll jump right into it. We'll take a look at the S tier, some of the best Pokemon, probably the best Pokemon in the Open Ultra League. Going to be Registeel at number 1. So Registeel definitely benefits from being an XL Pokemon. Does it have to be an XL one? Not necessarily. I mean, if you have a Registeel that's really not the best IV, or it's not like the best it could be, you can still get away with using it, but of course it is going to be better the higher leveled it is and the more XL candy you feed into it. So check the rankings. Registeel is a great Pokemon. It always has been a great Pokemon, to be honest. So stands to reason why it would still be amazing, right? So Registeel definitely going to be on the top of the list, and you're probably going to see it quite a bit. We've seen it since Go Battle League begun, right, in the Open Ultra League. So next we're going to take a look at Cresselia. So Cresselia is another Pokemon that is really powerful for the Ultra League. This is a non-XL'd Cresselia, so you do not want it XL'd. I don't even think it can get XL'd to get to the Ultra League. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think so. Either way, so just look at the Cresselias you have. I do recommend Moonblast and Grass Knot on Cresselia, so it definitely provides really good coverage. And it's such a tanky Pokemon, especially for the Ultra League. It's going to be so great, guys. So you know how good this is going to be. So Cresselia is going to be amazing. Then we have Galarian Stunfisk. Now this is an XL Pokemon we're taking a look at. So yeah, I mean, ever since XLs came out, level 50, you do want a perfect, but if you don't have a perfect, I have a 96, a 15, 15, 13, so that gets the job done, but as close as possible to perfect you want, and Galarian Stunfisk, best buddied, going to be amazing. Level 50, as I said, definitely a great Pokemon. It's really tanky. It doesn't have the greatest attack, but it's really tanky in the Ultra League. It could take hits for days. Some hits you'll probably like, can I survive that? And you end up surviving it. It's actually pretty crazy. So now this XL Pokemon might be more manageable for some of you to get, just because Stunfisk has, I mean, they had an event during one season where like Stunfisk was giving out guaranteed XLs, so this is probably one of the easier XL Pokemon to get. So if you have it, more power to you. Go ahead and use it. I will likely be using it. But then we have Talonflame. So Talonflame is another easy XL Pokemon to acquire, just because it had a community day. Fletchling had a community day, so you probably have enough XL candies for it, and you may have gotten a really good IV one because of community day. I happened to get a perfect, so that's good for me. But if you have a perfect, a 96, 98, definitely a great Pokemon to go with. It's pretty tanky as well. It can actually survive a Rock Slide from Galarian Stunfisk, which is crazy considering it's double weak to it. So it's actually pretty tanky. So it's a great Pokemon, and a Pokemon that I'm sure you've seen quite a bit if you play Open Ultra League. If you're not level 40, of course you don't have those XLs because you can't get XLs until you're level 40. So that's definitely unfortunate, but it's a great Pokemon, and hopefully you do have it. So let's take a look at the A tier. Giratina Altered has always been a good Pokemon, so it's still going to be a good one. Non-XL'd, of course, keep that in mind. So non-XL'd Giratina going to be a great Pokemon to use, and you'll definitely be seeing it quite a bit. Even with these tons of these XL Pokemon, you're still going to be seeing Giratina for sure. Swampert, similar situation, great Pokemon. It's a non-XL, of course, and it's going to be amazing. So you'll be seeing Swampert for sure. I mean, the Earthquake, it can actually beat Giratina. That's how much Earthquake does. I mean, it depends on shields and everything, but yeah, Hydro Cannon Earthquake is the moveset I recommend on Swampert. Then we have Abomasnow. So Abomasnow could be XL, but it doesn't have to be. You could go with like a perfect and get it to an Ultra League level. I happen to have a good IV rank 1 XL'd, so I personally have an XL one, but a non-XL one gets the job done as well. You could go with a Shadow too, but yeah, Abomasnow definitely going to be doing well against Pokemon such as Giratina, of course, against Swampert as well, because the Swampert in the Open Ultra League probably won't be carrying Sludge Wave. I actually don't recommend Sludge Wave. I recommend Earthquake, so that's why, Abomasnow going to be really solid against Pokemon like that. Then we have Cofagrigus, which is a new Pokemon that got an update this season. So with Shadow Claw, it does have Shadow Claw now, so it's going to be really good. But you're not going to see this just because no one has XL Candy for Yamask. So I highly doubt that you'll see this. I personally don't expect it until after like the Halloween season, and maybe Yamask is spawning a lot. I don't know if it will be spawning a lot, but if it is, you'll be able to collect the XL candies and maybe trade for them for distance or whatever and get them after that. But you're not going to see this off the bat. So I wouldn't worry about Cofagrigus right now. But it is a good Pokemon. It went from being useless to amazing. That's crazy. I love when they do that. So BTS Steelix. Steelix does benefit from XL, of course. So XL Steelix as well as Mandibuzz. Both of them XL. You do want the perfect Mandibuzz if you could have it. I don't know the IV spread you want on Steelix. Definitely go ahead and check that out. But Dragon Tail Steelix, definitely really solid. So I think this is a great Pokemon. I personally don't have an XL one. I mean, I have one that I invested for the Ultra League before XLs came out. But yeah, I mean, I would probably go back and try and get it on another one. Yeah, anyway, both of these Pokemon are going to be really solid. Mandibuzz is so tanky. It really is. It's definitely a great Pokemon. It does well against like Giratina. It could hold its own against Cresselia because of the dark typing, even though it's weak to Moonblast, So pretty good Pokemon. It could take hits, It could take Brave Bird from Talonflame. It's a really crazy Pokemon. Really, really tanky Pokemon. So the other options, these are actually really good Pokemon, so don't count them out just because they're not in S, A, and B tier. They're still really solid. Regirock being one of them, although Regirock we don't see too much. But Articuno is actually a Pokemon I have used a lot before XLs became a thing in the Open Ultra League, and the reason for that is because it could debuff with Icy Wind. So a great Pokemon, we see it a lot with Dugong, Ice Shot, Icy Wind. So if Articuno is in the lead, debuffs the opponent, it flips a lot of matchups, right? So definitely a great Pokemon. It's still a good Pokemon even with the XLs. Of course, it does well against Giratina, which is still a big threat. But it used to be more of a threat, I guess, before XLs. But Articuno, great Pokemon. Berserker is another good one. Yeah, this is a solid pick. This one does benefit from being XL'd, but I don't know the IV spread you want for it. You could get away, I think, without using an XL one, but you do definitely want it. So I would probably hold off. If you don't have one built, I would try to get a good one and then slowly build it. But it's a good Pokemon. It's really squishy. It can't take many hits, but it's going to do well. Shadow Claw is a great move. So Shadow Claw, and then it gets to its charge attacks. I think it has foul play in close combat. I've personally never used one myself, but I think it's a really solid Pokemon and one that I probably will work on myself. Then we have Ferrothorn. Ferrothorn is another great option. I think this is better in like the Ultra League remix, but it's still really solid in the Open Ultra League, especially since we don't have many grass types in here that people use outside of Grassnot Cresselia, which is not a grass Pokemon, but it's a grass move. But definitely a solid pick. And Ferrothorn might be one that you see. Nidoqueen is going to be another one, or Shadow Nidoqueen. But definitely a good Pokemon. Again, better in the other leagues like the Ultra League Remix. I'll personally be trying out mine. I just finished my Nidoqueen, so I'll be trying this out in the Remix Cup, probably for the Ultra League. But we'll talk about that when I do a video for it. Then we have Greedent, which is a new Galar Pokemon. So Greedent, definitely a good Pokemon. Of course, that normal typing being resisting like ghost types, like Giratina's attacks, like Shadow Claw. So definitely a good Pokemon. Crunch is going to give it good coverage. So yeah, I mean, a great Pokemon all around. Really tanky, really tanky. And this is not a difficult one to build because we had a Spotlight Hour for it. And plus, Scorvet was spawning all over the place. So hopefully you have a good Greedent. But then we have Umbreon. Umbreon is such a tank. Perfect XL'd. We had an EV Community Day recently, so you could go with Psychic or Last Resort. Which one would I prefer? You know what? I don't really know. I'd probably go with the Psychic, but it's kind of just in case you run into a fighting type like Machamp, which you could, or Toxicroak or something. But yeah, I would probably go with Psychic, but Last Resort is a solid option. If you have that built already, you just want to stick it out with Last Resort, more power to you. Then we have Meganium, which is another grass type, although Meganium is not really seen. This would be an XL one, but it's not really seen too much, but it's pretty decent. Lapras is another good one. Before XLs, Lapras was relatively common in the Open Ultra League, so it's still really solid. It's just I feel like there's better ice types like Abomasnow, as well as Alola Ninetales, which needs to be XL'd. I'm not finished building mine yet, so I don't have it quite yet. But Alola Ninetales is going to be a great one. You could go Charm or Powder Snow. I'd probably go Powder Snow, to be honest, but both of them are good. Charges up really fast, pretty tanky in the Ultra League. Politoed is another one. I do not have mine finished again. I have it in like the 2400s, but it's not finished. I need more power-ups. But either way, great Pokemon. Yeah, really good Pokemon. Definitely really spammy with Weather Ball. Then we have Sylveon, which is a Charm Use, a non-XL Pokemon. So Sylveon is a great option if you want to consider running a Charm User. So Sylveon is definitely a solid pick. So the solid team choices, I do have... the first team going to be Galarian Stunfisk with Talonflame and Giratina Altered in the back. So we have two XL Pokemon, but the Talonflame is, like, as I mentioned, an easier one to get. Same with the Galarian Stunfisk, so they should be a little bit easier to get than some of the other XL Pokemon. It doesn't mean you're definitely going to have them, but hopefully you do. So definitely a solid team. I think this could come in handy, of course, if you happen to run into a fighting type in the lead. Definitely a bad lead matchup, but you do have two options for that in the back. So I think this could be a great team. Definitely a bulky team as well, right? All three of these Pokemon. So next up we have Abomasnow with Cresselia and Greedent. So Greedent is a new Pokemon I did want to try for the Ultra League Open. So I think it's a great save swap. Cresselia is a good save swap as well. So both of them being good save swaps, just in case you lose the lead hard. Like if there's a Talonflame in the lead, for example, or a fighting type. Well, you have two answers. I mean, if there's a fighting type in the lead, Greedent's not a good answer to switch in. But this is a pretty decent team I did want to try out. But again, both of these teams do require XL Pokemon, being Greedent, Talonflame, and Galarian Stunfisk. The last team, no XL Pokemon, so I built a non-XL Pokemon. I had my Articuno in there. It's not my signature Pokemon, but an Articuno I used to use a lot before XLs came out. I used to use it in the lead. I thought it was fantastic. It still is really good as well. So then Swampert as well as Sylveon in the back. The one thing this team struggles with is if there's a steel type like Registeel in the lead, because if there is, you can't switch out because you can't go into Swampert, because then they'll switch out and then you would have an answer to that Registeel. So that is a problem. But if Registeel is like in the back, I mean Swampert can handle it. Of course Sylveon can't really handle it, but I think this is a pretty good team as well. I mean, you have two answers to Giratina, a pretty common Pokemon, even with these XLs. So you have two answers to that. So if Giratina is in the lead, you have Articuno. If it's in the back, you have Sylveon. So definitely solid. I think this could be a really good non-XL team to try out. And I actually might try it out myself. I have this team. I didn't buy the second move on my Sylveon yet, but I do plan on doing that. I do have a good IV one for Ultra League. But again, non-XL team, I think it could be pretty solid. You do want Hydro Cannon, Earthquake, though, and Swampert. Anyway, this is going to be the Open Ultra League. Let me know what your team is, and let me know what you plan on trying out. I'll see you all in the next video for the Remix Cup, which we should have out shortly. Have a good one, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.